what's the point? Why obsess over something so trivial? It's just a toy. You've done it once, so why keep going? Why do you cube? This is a problem that I've seen a little bit, where it seems like people don't consider this hobby as valid as others. This is a bit of a response to that. It's not supposed to be defending or putting anyone else down, but it's something that I've been wanting to talk about. I cube because it offers me so much more than a lot of people realize. It's got more to offer than just impressing people at parties or making YouTube videos or even just the satisfaction of solving it once. Cubing is more than that. Cubing is a hobby of skill, just as skateboarding, playing the guitar, or running track are. It is no less valid than any other hobby. In fact, it may be even more so in some ways. Cubing offers so much in every respect, like self-improvement and gratification, competition and study. Solving it is exciting for the moment, as it feels good to accomplish that, but the real satisfaction is improvement over time. Asking why I continue to solve after I've done it once is like asking a musician why they practice a solo they've played before. It's to improve it, and along with it there are skills on the instrument. Practice is how Yo-Yo Ma, Julian Bliss, and Louis Armstrong got to where they were. Just the same as how Felix Zemdeg's, Mats Valk, and Keaton Ellis got to their levels of cubing. It's the chance to accomplish something and challenge not only your competitors but yourself to do better and improve your skills. The first time I got into cubing was exactly 1 year ago, today. I was in pre-calculus, and another student was solving one of those Rubik's Cubes that I'd seen before. I didn't think that was actually possible. I thought it was impossible to solve those. So I saw it and I thought, oh hey, if he can do that, it'd be cool if I knew how to do that. At this point, I'd sort of built a repertoire of eccentric interests in my school, kind of like from amateur radio to Esperanto and other various really niche topics. So the other student, Eric, offered to give me his old starter cube, some unknown brand puzzles, probably Rubik's brand now that I think about it, that was so stiff and tight that we nicknamed her Old Crunchy because it felt like we were turning crunchy peanut butter. So I was taught to solve by one of my closest and best friends, Graham, who I'd met in marching band. He plays the tuba. Awesome guy. And so I was learning to solve on this terrible cube from this other guy who was about sub 25 at that point, and I remember just like going through it, practicing. There was one time where he had to like tell me to put it away at one point because I was at a concert. There was one of the army bands that had visited our school, and I wanted to continue practicing, so he had to like take it out of my hands. I remember that. And the first time I'd ever solved it, it was a Friday night after a marching band performance, so it was probably technically a Saturday morning. We were in a Denny's. It was almost empty except for band kids, and I was using a guide from the Rubik's company. And I finished it. I solved it. I got to the last step, and I managed to do it without messing it up again. I got so excited that I actually did fall out of my chair. And it was a good thing because no one else had seen me, because the only people in a Denny's at that time of day are band kids. So it was so relieving that I'd managed to do something that so many people couldn't do or didn't even think could be done. That was probably the biggest moment that I'd had, and I wanted to keep going. I wanted that feeling again, so I kept going. I kept practicing, I memorized algorithms, I bought better puzzles, and I grew my collection. I wanted to get better. I kept going until I was irrevocably hooked on the hobby. I pushed myself to get faster, improve, and keep getting better. I wanted to be the best at my school. My friends joked about this. Others like knew me as not Ryan, but as that one cube dude, and I kind of felt like almost an oddity. It felt like, oh, he's that one weird kid with the Rubik's cube. That's kind of cool. Maybe if he has a real hobby. And like people's joked about this, but I kept going. I kept up with the community that I had discovered because I kind of felt like I found refuge there because like I could talk about it without being considered like weird or just one having like a weird niche hobby. People laugh at cubing. Sometimes they question it. They don't get why it's so important to me. I felt ashamed to talk about it before at some points. I've been self-conscious about what is easily my passion, what's most important to me right now. I've had people ask me why cubing, why a children's toy. To them I respond, I do it for the same reason that someone would play the guitar or participate in sports or march in a band. It's a community of people that are just as passionate about this as I am. It's an environment to improve my skills and do something that I love, and it's something that's really therapeutic to me. Solving a cube is an escape for me. When I'm solving, there are no stressors, no tests, assignments, responsibilities. There's no anxiety, awkwardness, or self-consciousness. It's just, there's only the solve. I don't think about other things that are worrying me or causing problems when I'm in a solve. I think of how to build an X cross, or inserting a third F2L pair while preserving the fourth, or finger tracking a new OLL alg that I learned. It's my escape. It's like taking your socks off after a long day. It's just something you can go into when you need to and just use as an escape from everything else. I cube when I worry, or when I feel anxious, or when I just need to stop for a minute, more than when I'm just bored or feel like cubing. I do it more often when I need to just stop. This is why I cube, and this is just as valid as any other hobby you can name.